Good morning, everyone. How was your weekend? Welcome to Newspaper Review. I am Dayo Olujumo, and right now I'll be bringing you the news, and afterward, I'll also be bringing you news headlines from major newspapers in Nigeria. Just stay tuned. Okay, no evidence to prosecute 33 indicated SAS operatives, says Malami. A report by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, has stated that 33 operatives of the now disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SAS), indicated in 2019 by a presidential investigative panel, can't be prosecuted, explaining why the former SAS operatives can't face prosecution. The reports observed that the cases brought against the ex-operatives do not meet standards for it to proceed to the prosecution stage, as no proper investigation was conducted. 100 AK-47 rifles stolen by hoodlums in Lagos during NSAS protest. A commission of inquiry set up by Inspector General Mohammed Adamu to investigate damage to the Nigerian police during the NSAS protest says nearly 100 AK-47 rifles were stolen. The chairman of the 10-member committee, CP Yaro Abutu, told the Punch newspaper on Saturday that in addition to the firearms, 2,600 rounds of ammunition were also stolen during the violence that erupted as a result of the protests. Biden will be impeached. Joe Biden will be impeached. Apostle Suleiman reveals who will take over. Popular prophet Apostle Johnson Suleiman has predicted that newly elected President of the United States, Joe Biden, will be impeached, as reported by a reporter. A video online showed the popular cleric predicting the outcome of the just concluded election, and also Joe Biden will be impeached and his vice will take over. How true can that be? How true is that? How real is that? We'll be waiting for it to happen. Lagos government orders release of 253 arrested NSAS protesters. The Lagos State government, through the Office of the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Moyosore Onibanjo-San, has directed the courts to release 253 persons arrested by the police in connection with the NSAS protest in the state. The directive was contained in an advisory by the State Directorate of Public Prosecution (DPP), where it noted that no prima facie evidence that they committed any crime existed. NSAS. Lagos may take many years to recover, says Zulum. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has noted that Lagos State might take many years to recover from the wreckage caused during the NSAS protest by the hoodlums. He went on to describe the incidences as mind-boggling after checking out the level of damage that was caused. Fire engulfs shanties in Ebute-Metta, Lagos. A fire which started a few minutes past 7 p.m. has razed scores of shanties at Okobaba, Ebute-Metta area of Lagos State. Atlantic News reports that the cause of the fire could not be ascertained as at the time of filling in this report. World leaders express differing views on Biden's success. President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria, the most populous country in Africa, sent a message to congratulate Joe Biden, wishing him a better relationship between the United States and the continent as a whole. Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador has refused to congratulate Biden, saying the case is still pending. Southeast Governor Smith Governor Wike over IPOB Rivers. Governor Nyesom Enzo Wike on Sunday played host to Southeast governors at the Rivers State Government House. Aspheric News gathered that the Southeast governors were led to the meeting by Governor David Umahi of Ebonyi State. Remain law abiding, says AGF. Malami advises Nigerian youths. Abubakar Malami San, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, has advised Nigerian youths to be law abiding at all times. Malami's comment was contained in a statement on Sunday by Umar Gwandu, a spokesman. Nigerian military eliminates bandits in Kaduna. The Defense Headquarters says the air component of Operation Thunder Strike has eliminated several armed bandits in an airstrike on Saturday in the forest at Kuzu area of Kaduna State. Defense spokesman John Eneche disclosed this in a statement on Sunday in Abuja. But that's all for the news of today and this morning. Right now, we're going into the news headlines from major newspapers in Nigeria. But before then, let's go on a quick break.
Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notification button to get notified on our videos. Thank you.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. Right now, I'll be giving the news headlines from major newspapers in Nigeria. I'll start with Daily Trust. 6 Nigerians convicted in UAE over Boko Haram funding. There was no fair hearing, says families. We are on top of the matter, says Justice Ministry. Only diplomacy will work, says lawyers. You can get that on the front page of Daily Trust. Former Emir Sanusi's nephew abducted. Can Trump pardon his associates or himself? APC explains delay in convention date. APC explains delay in convention date. Emir of Zazzau receives staff of office today. The quiet as Azman Air sacks pilots and 4 others. Anxiety in Lagos over plan to resume NSAS protests today. And that's all in Daily Trust. I move to this day. FG disburses 195 billion naira export grant to 270 exporters. FG disburses 195 billion naira export grant to 270 exporters. Rewain, protests to prolong economic recovery by 3 months. You can get that on page 8. Southwest governors, ministers, monarchs urge overhauling of nation's security. You can get that on the front page of this day. Return looted firearms now. Police warn hoodlums. You can get that on the front page of this day. And that's all on this day. I'm moving to Daily Sun. Echoes of restructuring. Southwest governors, monarchs want confab reports implemented. You can get that on page 6, seek review of border closure. 2023, we've consulted 4 heads of state orders on Southeast President Quest, says NPP. You can get that on page 26. NSAS, Middle Belt Forum, Ohanaeze, Afenifere, and others spits fire over alleged freezing of promoters' accounts. You can get that on page 6. Southeast businesses count losses from NSAS protests. You can get that on page 25. Oyinbo, Southeast governors and leaders meet Wiki. You can get that on page 27. US election, Trump protesters protest as world leaders laud Biden. And you can get that on page 17. And that's all on Daily Sun. I move to The Nation. Southwest leaders tighten security and reopen borders. Federal government should implement 2014 conference report on economic and others. You get that on the front page of The Nation. Bush greets President-elect Joe Biden. Bandits release 26 abducted girls to Zamfara governor. Bandits release 26 abducted girls to Zamfara governor. IPOB seeking to cause another civil war. No pact as governments and ASUS still shift grounds. No pact as government and ASUS shifts grounds. You can get that on the front page of The Nation. RMAFC alleged non-remittance of $21 billion to Federation accounts by NNPC. You can get that on the front page of The Nation. And that's all on The Nation. I'm moving right now to Nigerian Tribune. Wike meets Southeast governors over Oyigbo crisis. You can get that on page 2. NSAS, Lagos wants 253 protesters released. Police arrest 2 WhatsApp group administrators in Osun. You can get that on page 4. NICOM to issue directives on cover for protests and civil unrest. Armed guards avert another pirates attack of Lagos water. You can get that on page 27. COVID-19 not yet over. NCDC tells prospective core members. COVID-19 not over yet. NCDC tells prospective core members. You can get that on page 8. Southwest economic assets need special protection. Southwest governors, traditional rulers demand at meeting with Buhari's chief of staff, IG, and ministers. You can get that on page 3. 75 billion naira economic sustainability plan. Lagos, Kano, Abia gets priority. You can get that on page 2. Panic as cement, iron rod prices skyrockets. You can get that on page 6. Hishbad destroys 200 million naira worth of beer in Kano. Hishbad destroys 200 billion naira worth of beer in Kano. You can get that on page 10. And that's all on Nigerian Tribune. I'm moving now to leadership. 9 million Nigerians at risk of food insecurity and FAO projects. You can get that on the front page of leadership. 25 states yet to remit workers' pension. They're still battling to clear 400 billion naira arrears, says PENCOM. Says only 17 states have enacted pension laws. Pensioners to discuss improved welfare at NEC meeting. You can get that on page 4. NSAS, police take stock of losses nationwide. You can get that on the front page of leadership. 19th Emir of Zazzle, Bamali, gets staff of office today. US poll, Trump's wife son-in-law urged him to concede defeat. Zamfara governor secures release of 26 girls from bandits. Borno-led caretaker committee focused on parties' unity and reconciliation, APC. We will ensure equal distribution of 75 billion naira survival fund, says presidency. Election violence. Jonathan Governor Diri insists on electronic voting, and that's all on news headlines from major newspaper review today. Thank you so much for staying with me. I am Daya Olujiwon. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Aspheric TV, and also follow us on all our social media network. Thank you so much. Join me tomorrow, same time. God bless.